Thursday morning, I'm meteorologist Kweilyn Murphy with your tropics update for the Atlantic Basin, the Gulf, Caribbean Sea, and the Atlantic Ocean all included. Right now, the big story is Hurricane Matthew working over the Bahamas this morning. 700 miles wide this system is, center of circulation about 180 miles southeast of West Palm Beach, Florida. Visible satellite certainly showing the monstrous activity that this system is producing right now. Winds of 140 miles per hour, moving northwest at 14 miles per hour. Here's that center again, that eye, very much visible on the visible satellite imagery. Continue to watch the system moving to the northwest. This is our Florida radar composite, so not picking up on the rainfall on the eastern side of the system, but again, that eye very distinct as it pushes northwest of Nassau. This morning, heavy rain bands continue to rotate around that system. That circulation also starting to expand towards the coast of Florida. Those outer rain bands already influencing and having some impacts on parts of Miami this morning. We're going to see some turning within these rain bands. So there is a tornado threat for the east coast of Florida throughout the day. We have hurricane watches, warnings, tropical storm watches and warnings pretty much for the east coast of Florida, up the Georgia coast, also around the South Carolina coast. Also not excluded the west coast of Florida, where we do have tropical storm warnings in place. Also tropical storm watches currently in place. Category 4 Hurricane Matthew continues to extend to the northwest. Along I-95 is where we'll see the greatest impacts in the coming days. No question about it, we'll have tropical storm force winds and pretty much a 100% chance that those winds will be impactful from Miami all the way up towards Jacksonville, even spreading of those tropical storm force winds through central and on the western side of the peninsula through today and through Friday. Here's the estimated rainfall forecast. As you're looking at these darker yellow shades, we're talking about 14 plus inches of rain. It looks like the heaviest rain potential has a better chance offshore, but again, as you can see around I-95 areas onto the west and east of I-95, a great chance that they'll be inundated with some heavy rainfall. Not just there, but all the way up through Jacksonville, the Carolina coast, looking at Georgia, Brunswick, Georgia, Charleston, South Carolina, even up into the southern portions of North Carolina today. And then seeing areas around the Outer Banks dealing with potentially some 5 inches of rainfall and maybe even higher as the system continues to push to the north and then eventually to the south. We'll watch that roundabout happening before it makes the loop and pushes again to the south. Steering currents behind Matthew, area of high pressure out here in the Atlantic waters. You get clockwise flow around high pressure, and again, that's helping to escort the system towards the coast of Florida. What's going to happen is this high pressure will eventually pull more to the east, and that's what's going to allow Matthew to make possibly some landfall around Florida, continue to the north, and then as the high pressure again pulls to the east, Matthew will start to push to the south. Forecast models for this afternoon showing that the center of circulation off the coast of Miami, those heavier rain bands will continue to pull in lots of moisture, heavy rainfall. Again, that tornado threat through this afternoon. The circulation will continue to push off and upshore. We could see it either offshore or possibly inland at this point. This is late tonight, early Friday morning. Fort Pierce impacts around West Palm Beach as we move up towards Orlando and Daytona Beach. Friday morning, 8-9 o'clock, those impacts continue as that center of circulation hugs the coast or is very nearby the coast. Jacksonville, Florida impacts into Friday afternoon and Friday evening. I-95 impacts into parts of Georgia. As we move into Saturday, again, we're still talking about lots of rainfall, a threat of storm surge 5+ feet above ground level, and then into Columbia, even some of that rainfall stretching in as far west. Wilmington could see some heavy rain as well. That's why those evacuations are taking place. Hurricane Matthew's official forecast track from the National Hurricane Center does show again category 4 intensity to continue. We could see the system rise above 140 miles per hour as we move into this evening and tomorrow. By Friday evening, still holding on to category 4 status as it moves around Jacksonville. And then Saturday morning down to category 2 status. A little weaker. The impacts will continue. Moving into Sunday, we're looking at likely category 1 status, and then we do expect Matthew to weaken by early next week, Monday morning, down to tropical storm status. We'll continue to watch the system offshore because thereafter, some of our long-range models indicate that Florida could be hit not only once, possibly twice in the long term. We're talking about next week. So the system is expected to make a loop. The long-term models, including the Euro European and GFS models are in pretty good agreement through Saturday. So notice by Saturday evening, Saturday night, Euro and GFS off the coast of the Carolinas. As we move into Sunday and Monday, we start to see the loop. And by this time, early Tuesday morning, this is the GFS positioning Matthew on the southern end of the peninsula. The Euro a little bit more to the east and northeast. And then as we move into the start of next week, we're talking about Tuesday and Wednesday. GFS indicates that the system will continue to push south, potentially towards the Bay of Campeche, while the Euro holds it tight here close to the peninsula of Florida. These other areas you see here, distinguished features, include Nicole. So the GFS has Nicole a little bit more to the south. The Euro has Nicole a little bit more to the north. So that'll be something we'll keep an eye on into next week. Speaking of Nicole, we have winds of 70 miles per hour. That's still tropical storm status, but very close to Category 1 hurricane status. It's south of Bermuda, moving northwest at 6 miles per hour. Nicole's pretty much going to hold in a similar location through the next 5 days. Not expecting anything major with this system in terms of intensity, strengthening, or track changes with Nicole coming up. We also have a disturbance just to the east of the Windward Islands, down to a 10% chance of potential tropical formation in the next 2 to 5 days. We do expect the westward track to continue towards Central America. Again, not expecting too much in terms of development with that particular disturbance. Over the Gulf of Mexico, immediate, no development expected within the next 2 to 5 days. And of course, in the Western Caribbean, things are rather quiet compared to what's happening north of Cuba today. Our scorecard indicates that we have had 14 actual named storms. That's above average. We've had 5 hurricanes so far and 2 major hurricanes, which is inclusive of Matthew. So we are on track with that slightly above normal setup for hurricane season. Our peak of hurricane season was September 10th for the Atlantic Basin. We're moving through October right now. The end of the season officially is November 30th. Of course, be sure to stay updated online at WDSU.com for the latest with meteorologist Jay Gallet and Chief Meteorologist Margaret Orr. They'll keep you posted throughout the day. Thanks for joining us here online at WDSU.com.